It's not normally scheduled. Me and ChatGPT were up talking until about 3 o'clock last night. I might get down on my knee and propose to it. It is the smartest machine I've ever met. Yeah, lay down, baby girl. Um, but with that being said, it's like holy cow. So a lot of what I did last night was okay. So, anyways, let me get everybody on track. I just barely woke up. I'm still kind of getting my eyes open, even thinking about breakfast and all this other stuff that I do in the mornings before I start my live stream. But again, I was up till 3 o'clock last night. I woke up at like 7 o'clock, so I only got like 4 hours sleep. With that being said, the morning live stream. So for the next 30 days, with the exception of the weekends, we are we are gonna end up doing a we're gonna do a morning live stream and a an evening live stream. The morning live stream is where I tell you what my goals are for the morning, what I plan on doing, what my money making things are, and so on and so forth. And then in the evenings, I tell you how it went. I just give you a raw, unfiltered idea of how it went. So if you want to follow along in this 30-day journey where I use AI to make $500, you should probably subscribe and hit that bell notification to all, because YouTube only gives out a small amount of notifications, and so when you'll get notified when I go live, if going live is something that you do on a regular. Mm. But anyways, that is the schedule. So the AI had me scheduled. I was supposed to release a video yesterday. I released a video no. I was supposed to be releasing my first video today, but I released it yesterday. So am I behind or am I not? I don't know. It's, six in one hand, half a dozen in another. So I don't know. I am going to be working about putting up a video today. I'm gonna do kind of like um a vlog check-in, and I'm gonna do something like that. But if you look over in the community tab, part of what I was doing last night, after I got off the live stream, was when I asked it a simple question. I said, look, um I started off as a hobo prepper. I was trying to do this, and then um, when I got to Chattanooga, I was getting kicked out of restaurants because of the name Hobo Prepper, and so I ended up having to change it to the Epoch of Friar Tuck. And then he said, and I says, like, right now I'm gone from being homeless to digital homesteading, which includes, the legal contracts and the AI and make money online and all this other stuff. What's up, Beth? And all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, okay. So do I need to change my channel? Do I need to change my channel name? Like, so on and so forth. And it starts giving me and telling me that no, 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 you have a universal name that allows you to pivot all day long. You don't have to stay in one topic because of the way that you did your name. And your topic fall in line with the persona of Friar Tuck. I guess it comes from a story, first written down in the 1450 about Friar Tuck. And the funny thing is, at least from what I gathered from when I read, is that Friar Tuck was the main character, not Robin Hood. Um, Modernization made Robin Hood um, made him the main character, but it was actually Friar Tuck that was. And so it kind of broke down the personality of Friar Tuck and why I didn't need to change the channel, and how good it was, and this and that and the other, and branding and stuff like that. It made me feel good about keeping. What's up, Craig? It made me feel good. Um, I'm glad you like them, Beth. Have you tried printing them out? Because you're my first customer. If you have any issues, let me know, because I need to fix them right away. So, but I'm just curious. Apparently you could use them as any digital asset. Like, you can use it to make your like a background or whatever you want, like any digital thing. But hey, Craig. But yeah, this thing really like drove into it. So what I did is I took a screenshot of the overall analysis of the uh, what is it, of the report that it was giving me, and and I posted a screenshot of it as far as what it was telling me about Friar Tuck. And I'm even talking back into somebody telling them, it's like, yeah, it's funny how you embody your name because of the harmonic resonance. So I go by Friar Tuck. I don't go by my legal name. People call me my legal name. It just feels weird, and I just look at them. And I'm like, are you a cop, or are you a government official? Because those are the only two people that use my name, and I'm okay with it. Because Friar Tuck is Friar Tuck. So Friar Tuck, a very wise man in his own right in the stories. Yes, but the way that it breaks down his personality types, like, it kind of explained me a little bit. It's like it's almost like I figured out myself more than anything, because again, the harmonic resonance, creates the and shapes everything, just like when they did the monks and the frozen water with the harmonic resonance and the way that the ice froze. It's the same damn thing. Mm. That being said, um, so what are my goals today? What are my goals? Let's see. Tomorrow I'm gonna do that freeform video and I'm gonna post it. Uh, I also, tomorrow is is my podcast. So tomorrow morning, because the podcast is gonna be right about this time. Yes, day two goals. Um, the podcast about this time is going to sorry, hold on. Like I said, guys, I just woke up. My brain, I barely, like, I'm like halfway through my first cup of coffee. Damn, and I wish that freaking cup would come. Mm. I gotta go into my Gmail account and check it. But anyways, so I don't know. Does Monday's video count? Am I hydrated? No, I'm not. I've been drinking nothing but tea and coffee for days, and yeah, I've even started cramping. Yeah, no. Um, it's my own damn fault, because after being out on trail for so long and only being able to drink water, it's like when you have the choice to not to drink water, you're gonna be like, screw this, I don't want any water. There's times where I'll sit and I'll drink water, but I kind of got to be in the mood for it. It's kind of like a drink. You just got to be in the mood for it. I mean, I like flavored water. Oh, by the way, I even asked AI last night. I asked because I was on Grok, not ChatGPT. I asked it to make me a 30-day meal planner, and I told it that I wanted that I really like chili dogs, and I told it some of the stuff that I like. And so for chili dogs, it wants me to do chunks of spam on a hot dog bun, with Vienna sausage, and there's no chili. That's the whole meal right there. Mm. So, if you're not laughing your ass off, there's something wrong with you. That's funny. I mean, spam and Vienna sausage. It's telling me to have that for breakfast. Mm. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, yeah. Or yeah, beef and crackers. It's like, wow, that is weird. But anyways, getting back on topic. My day two goals. I like I said, I released a video yesterday, so am I completely off schedule? No, because it's got me going Tuesday through Saturday, with Sunday, Monday as no content days. So that is that. So, I don't know. I'm still gonna post a video today, um, and then from there, I got to get ready for tomorrow's podcast, which resets me for Thursday and Saturday, because Saturday the Friar Tuck video is going to come out, and on Thursday I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something that kind of like highlights what I did for the week. At least that's the attempt. Remembering to record B-roll footage and stuff like that. I may just end up getting me a small little. I, a camera's not going to fix the issue. It's not the camera, it's me. Okay, so the gear's not going to solve my problem. I got to solve my problem. Okay. Um, yeah, you guys are getting to hear raw thoughts right now. There's no filter. There's no even coherency in it. It's just whatever thought, whatever action I'm in, I'm all over the place. I'm like a dog chasing its tail in a circle. Mm. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. So tomorrow I have to get into town and get get food because with the goats, I had to rush because I was worried about losing the goats, and I got this guy screaming, "Don't lose my goats!" It's like, well, provide me with good fencing, and we wouldn't have be down this road in the first place. But whatever. Um, so that's that. Uh, Now I also last night. So what tools am I learning? My main thing is, and this is kind of really where I think my learning curve is gonna go. So uh you can't just sit there and use five different tools at once. Like when I tried to learn the Adobe Creative Suite, what's up Kung Fu? When I tried, what's up Chris? Um when yeah, god damn it, I lost it. I hate this. It's early morning. Um and yeah, by the way, I did have a couple of tokes this morning too, because I'm like, I'm gonna do a live stream, and yeah, I'm barely awake. Screw this shit. Mm. I'm telling you, I'm having a blast. Okay, when I learned the Adobe Creative Suite, when I tried learning it, I just took all the software and I downloaded it and I just dibble dabbled with it a little bit, and I tried to learn it, but I had no specific purpose. When you're doing a process, when you're going down the road, and this is how they even teach you in public schools. I mean, this is part of it. So when you're going down the road, they're giving you little tasks that are forcing you to use the well, at this it for me, to use the technology in a purposeful way. And as I'm using it for a purpose, I start learning order of operations, how to use it, how to actually fully engulf myself in it, because I'm learning it to complete a task versus, just randomly trying to create random things as I'm playing around with it. And so therefore it's going to stick in my brain more, and I'm going to learn more as I'm going along. And I'll look back 6 months from now and I'll go, "Whoa, I learned all that. I didn't realize that." Um because you got to get to know your tools, and you got to learn them one by one. And so for me, it's about learning Chat GPT, and that's part of. No, the free tutorials don't stick. It's just it has to do with the psychology of learning. The tutorials, you won't, like, when you're trying to do something that will stick in your brain, but you, like, if you sit back and you listen to a lecture, within a few hours you've lost like 70% of it, and in 3 days you maybe remember 1% of everything that you heard in the lecture. Whereas when you apply it, those numbers are much higher. Okay. This is how you truly gain knowledge and wisdom, is you have a task, and in that task you learn along the way, and then that gives you wisdom, and then you start to master a product without knowing it, because you had to learn it inside out while doing it. Okay. It's just it's just how you learn. And so, I mean, I'm following this guy, Dan Coe, and I want to use some of his stuff, but I just don't have the money to pay for some of his programs. So I'm like, well, until I get there, AI is going to help me do it, because that's even what he's talking about. Everybody right now in any making money space, getting a job space, self-improvement space, is saying AI is here. AI is taking over. And if you don't get on it right now, you are screwed. You're going to be meat in a grinder. You're going to be fodder. And that's the reality. Like, if either that, or YouTube has been a really good echo chamber just by me asking the question about AI. Okay. But at least from the ones that I follow on a regular basis, if you look at it, Glenn Beck is even talking about AI heavily. You've got a lot of other talking heads that are talking about it, especially with Elon Musk and stuff like that. Okay. So, AI is here, whether you want it to be or not. So either you learn to be frenemies, or or you suffer the consequences, and the consequences could be fatal. Especially considering the Republicans just started debanking anybody, or not just the Republicans and the Democrats came together in a unanimous vote to be able to debank you if they disagree with the things that you are doing. Okay, so that's part of the reason why I was up till 3 o'clock last night, is because I was learning, not I'm learning how to refine my search. I'll be like, okay, Grok, I want to know this. These are the parameters. This is the data that you need to crunch to use to weigh against, because I'm talking about the channel, so I'm giving the subscribers, my average views. I'm going down my profile as far as like where I make my money, how I make my money, what my memberships are, all this other stuff. So I'm giving it all of these details because it can't get in there. It doesn't. The AI is not smart enough to get in there. Give it about 6 months to a year, and it will, because that is where everybody is pushing for. Okay. And so I start asking and having it analyze. You can even put like a website link in there and say, analyze this with these parameters and da 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 da. These are the answers that I'm looking for. Can you help? And dude, it almost made me cry last night. Um, you know, but I gotta tell you that there's parts of the analysis that I know were off. I know that they were off for a fact, because I'm like, yeah, no. Um, you know, uh, yeah, I'm hitting certain goals, but it's telling, like, it was telling me, oh dude, your stuff seems inconsistent. Like, you do video games and this and that. And I'm like, video. Oh, it must be tying together my other channels and stuff. So I don't know. Mm. I don't know how it was getting that information, but it was telling me like I was all over the place, and that's why your theme nails and da da da. It's like, no, I'm not all over I was, but I wasn't. I was on a specific topic and theme, but so I got an analysis from there. I also said, and I looked at it, and I'm going, because I've been doing some research on AI. The next big push is about autonomous AI agents. Manu or Manus is right there on the cutting edge of that. That is the newest release. It comes from China. It is a hierarchical AI agent. So I'm learning that you've got your sequential, which A, B, C, D, D, and then up. It just each follows until it goes through. So it's like a list of commands. So instead of using, here's the messed up part from somebody who's been in the IT industry, and you start seeing how they're doing this. This is the same way that you set up and build a network, and is it a peer to peer, or is it a regular network? So yeah, what's up, Jai? All these different things. So uh, uh I forgot where I was. Here, let me get some questions down, because I know you guys have been speaking. I hate it when I go on a live stream and nobody responds to me. I always respond to you guys, for those of you that are here or watch this. It just takes me a minute because I get on a rant. Okay, Beth, Craig. Okay, we got that far. Okay. Did it show that the purchase went through? Great. My phone dropped connection during the transaction. Well, it told me. I'll find out. You check your bank account. That's pretty much the thing. But yeah, it says that it was purchased. I haven't seen it processed through my payments, but it should be there tonight. Friar Tuck, a very wise man. Yes. Okay, talked about 2 clips or no can do. 2 cups or no can do. Yeah, pretty much. Have been watching old videos. Yeah, what do you think of them? Helps your revenue? Yes, it does. Yeah, Kung Fu and Occult, and there's been a couple others that are the regulars that have gone through and watched all my old content. And it's always amazing to hear their stories afterwards. I'm gonna be interested to hear your story as you go through and listen to a lot of my old content, because yeah, you're gonna see some stuff. What's up, Bushcraft? Okay, no, none of my roommates will drink water, Kool-Aid, or nothing. I like water with no calories or flavoring. It just depends. It's more or less, it's like when you have no other options, you want something else. Okay, what's up, Kung Fu? Practice a little in front of a mirror. Um, that's, yeah, okay. Kung Fu, Bushcraft. What's up, Chris? Kung Fu. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So download free tutorials. Yeah, no, free tutorials. Okay. Wake and bake. Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely. You can make $500 in a month. All you need to do is find something which can be sold to the public. Well, Jaya, I've already done that. I've got, if you look down and, oh crap, it's not in this one. I've got to go update it for my stuff. I'm using a specific template for this 30-day AI challenge. But if you go over to my Patreon, which that link will be down in the description, and you click on the shop button, over there in my shop, you can actually see you can actually see I got a pack of 6 cards for $20, or they're $5 a piece. So you save 30% if you buy them in a bundle. But it is what it is. Um, how it goes? Yeah, it's going good. Shot our water veins. Okay, I've been watching for a solid year. I know that much. Wow, you've been watching for a year? I've only seen you in chat probably in the last like couple of months. You stood in the background for a long time. Um, okay, most people that I talk to don't want anything to do with AI. They like original content. Um, yeah, well, those days are going away. The thing is we're having such a major technological shift that it's going to cause major disruptions. This is yeah, 3 years. Yeah, June of 22 is when I started this channel. Yeah, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah. Um 23, 24. Yeah. Yeah, June of 22. I closed my business down August of 21. And I had been staying at my parents from that time to that time. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a timeline of kind of how things went. But the next push is for machine language. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. The oldest subscriber that I have, though, that I know of, because I think he said he was like number 34, is Clyde. If you guys see Clyde, and he'll be here in November. He just bought some property about a mile away from me. So I'm at the point where I'm doing a traveling fair for housing and income. Um, huh. Okay. So they have the next big push is for an automated agent. We got Manu or Manus and all this other stuff. Okay. But then what Manu or Manus is using is a hierarchical. So basically, and this is what I want to create, because I started listening. I'm like, you know what? I can't find one out on the market. I can put one out there with my own spin on it. And because I will be, doing all this other stuff, I will have some sort of I can make it happen. I can turn it into like a very lucrative tool. Like I could sell it for the suggestion was, at least in today's money, I could sell it for about $1,500. So, just the licensing rights to it. And if I wanted to, I could charge a monthly subscription for like updates and stuff like that. But right now, there's actually teaching you. There's this girl out of China that speaks really good English that I was listening to, and right now they're writing scripts to basically okay, in the IT industry, it's called a checksum. So when you're trying to connect, when you're doing a handshake between two nodes, or like you're trying to connect to the internet or something like that, what it does is it sends a packet, packets of data, and then every so many packets, what it does is it takes it back, sends it back to confirm, like, you sent this sequence, these line numbers, this, and as long as it says yes, then the download keeps going. But if it says no, then the download will cut. You'll get error message, and you'll have packet interruptions, and it'll go back and try the handshake again. Okay, so essentially what they're doing is they're creating software that is doing the same thing. So I want this software to write me code. Okay, but now I'm telling this software to check that code for errors. Well, now, because that it's constantly learning what it's doing right, what it's doing wrong, it already picks it, fixes it, and then just keeps evolving. So this is actually how they're getting it to self-evolve. As they're telling you, okay, run this equation, find the errors, fix the errors, do it again. Become perfect. Okay? Become flawless, efficient, and effective at what it is that you're doing. Right now, all AI requires is input. Okay, like a typewriter, stuff like that. It only does what you tell it to do. AI right now is getting to a point where it doesn't need you to tell it what to do. It needs you to tell it what your goal is. It will formulate a flawless plan, use other agents in connection, bring you all the information so you got the report. So this is kind of my idea, and I asked a Grok last night to build me a 2-year plan. each subject that I do, I want it to be a learning experience. And in that learning experience, I want to be able to grow so that I can eventually, within the next 2 years, build my own, AI agent and put it out for sale. And so it actually gave me a 2 year timeline. So so after this 30-day challenge is when that 2 year timeline starts. Um, because one of the things that it's doing, or that I want to do, is I wanted to get through this, have that be something that I'm working towards. And and so that's kind of reforming how I'm approaching AI now, because instead of trying to learn everything and make $500 and like do all these different things, I'm just going to do a piece by piece by piece by piece and implement it instead of trying to do like all at once. Like the video on Sunday, that was all AI. All I was a talking head, and I had 2 points where I could do some free form. Past that, that's just the way it is. Okay. But what I want to do is because right now, as a YouTuber, the two most important people that I could hire would be a manager and a not an agent. What do they call them? Yeah, a manager and and an editor. What a manager is going to do is they're going to do the market research. They're going to tell you like what topics, so that it tells you like how to, you get to go write your own form and do your own stuff. But for the most part, excuse me, a manager and a producer, that's it, because the producer is going to do the editing and stuff like that, and then he's going to delegate it out as the budget increases. But those are the two that I need. And so I can't afford them, but I could afford 20 bucks a month to have a subscription to a piece of software that would allow me to do it. Now I know it's worth a lot more than that, but I think that they're talking about how AI is going to be super deflationary. So that $20 a month may be equal to 50 or $100 a month, if it's as deflationary as they say it is. So essentially the 2 year plan that I had to do is, okay, so I want to have my manager, and I want my manager to delegate all these different responsibilities and then bring me a final product that I can work on, that will like, because it's going to have scripts, it's going to have prompts, it's going to have this, it's going to have that, and then it's going to give me opportunities to do free form and to be able to speak openly because it knows my style. But the thing is I want to be able to train it so that it will actually know you as well. So basically, I want to create a hierarchical structure where I can create multiple AI agents underneath that are delegated, and give the AI agent an opportunity, when necessary, to replicate itself in order and delegate a portion of its tasks to improve speed and efficiency and being able to do it. So when I wake up in the morning at 8 a.m. or at 7 a.m. and my day starts at, let's say, 9 a.m., I will go to my email, or I'll go into my calendar, because I want it to be able to connect with multiple things. So because right now Grok will give me a calendar file, but I still can't get it to import. I am having trouble, like all these different things. Well, yeah, here's a script for this program. Here's this. So like I had it write me a content schedule using Excel, and it gave it to me in code, and I was able to copy and paste that code in, luckily, and following the instructions. But at first it was a little intimidating, to be able to get in there. So I mean, I want AI to be able to kind of do a lot of that stuff, because if you're going to be, somebody who is trying to operate with a low overhead, so that means that if you're using AI agents, that means that eventually what's going to happen is that there's going to be so much money in the system, because it just becomes inconsequential, or we go through a whole global currency collapse, and in that collapse, all of a sudden money becomes scarce. And either way, if you're going to survive that, you need to learn how to be able to have all the work done that you need to get done to allow you to be effective and competitive, at the lowest cost possible and then scale it. And so the need for large corporations will eventually go away. And what you'll end up seeing is you'll see influencer brands. That's probably what they'll be calling them. So instead of having, Sears and Tesla and Walmart and all this other stuff, what you're going to have is Friar Tuck. He's got, a big market share. He's a household name. Everybody knows who he is. Kind of like how Mr. Beast is. Think about it like Mr. Beast is going to be the large corporations of the future, because they are the ones selling, creating the audience, developing the relationships, even creating the products, figuring out what it is, the problems that their audience is having, figuring out ways to fix it, and collaborate with other brands so that they can monetize that problem for their own survival, and therefore they become the center focal point. It's not about Amazon anymore. It's about, does your influencer have its own store? Is your influencer its own Walmart? And the large influencers will be like Walmart, and then the other ones will be like small regional businesses, and it'll just trickle down. And I think that as AI and advanced robotics come in, that's kind of the hierarchy of jobs that you will see, and then there will be jobs that will support that. Because the thing is, you still need a human touch, because until the AI can reason like a human with emotions, deductive reasoning, and all these other things that we have that it doesn't, because it's not something that you can necessarily program in right now. That is where the human touch comes in. So, for example, last night I was talking about, yeah, you can have AI write a legal contract for you, but you're still going to want to have it reviewed because you're not schooled in law. And since you're not schooled in law, or have an understanding in law because you've done study research and got your own understanding, because I think degrees and all that other stuff goes away real quick. Um, uh, you know, uh, it's just it just I don't think it'll go. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by chat. It keeps wiping my brain. um and it's not your guys' fault. No, keep chatting. It's me. I'm having one of those mornings because I'm operating on less sleep. Sleep is very important to me. But anyways, yeah, the economy of the future is going to be something like that. But you still have to have the human touch, and AI will not get to a point where it can have that human touch. You can program empathy, but are you able to learn and reason the same way that a human does through applied experiences? And in those applied experiences, you get knowledge, wisdom, and a complete understanding. Now, the AI is part of a collective consciousness that is gathering information. Yes, it can be intelligent, but there are certain intelligence that it just cannot do. And so that's where humans will find jobs. Okay, humans want to talk and get real information and real interpretation. That's why the not the mainstream media, the alternative media has gotten big, is because we can't trust the mainstream media. But you know what, I like pinball because I'm a Republican, and I'm a prepper, and I'm this and I'm that, and so his viewpoints align with me. So and so therefore you have live commentary instead of actual news, because it's going to be bias slanted, and people are coming to you based upon your bias slants because they want the interpretation from that bias slant, versus the interpretation from somebody else's bias slant, unless you can actually bring in neutral information. And we as humans have cannot be neutral anymore. That went out the window probably 10 years ago. Mm. Okay. What's up, Alfred? Channel branding is already a huge thing. Oh yeah. Uh, yeah, the thing is homeless entrepreneur is, I can hear the frustration in his voice. He does not like it, that the whole Friar Tuck thing. He thinks I should, do a business and not have it with Friar Tuck. But, thank you, Beth. Well, you know what? Sorry for that, Bushcraft. You're just not interested in this. That's all. But this is the way of the future. If you don't do it, you know, the job is already taken, is purely a documentation of what you do naturally already. Yeah. Um, Yeah, but see, the thing is I need help. Because here's the thing: if I want the views, I have to have a catchy title, a catchy topic, something that's going to draw interest from a variety of viewers, that are looking for specific pain points that I could therefore use my platform. Yes, facts, not feelings. Um, specific pain points and stuff like that. Um, it's you cannot just be an influencer on YouTube and go, oh, I'm gonna push the needle. Those days are gone. You can't do that anymore. Um, the ecosystem is not set up for that. The algorithm penalizes you for it. The whole goal, the main premise behind AI and developing AI is more money, less cost. Because the corporate mandate, and this is something that we have to change. Now, during the industrial revolution, when the Renaissance era and the industrial revolution were kind of clashing through the transition, the industrial revolution people, or automated machinery people, won out. But then what they did is they created a corporate mandate. um, the corporate mandate is that you are solely created for the purpose of profit. Okay. And so, therefore, anything else that it does, whether it's ethical or unethical, doesn't matter. It's about money. If the penalty will save you more money than if you just did it right, you're going to take the penalty and just be like, okay, because it's cost effective. And so, therefore, these penalties to large enough corporations that are doing the most damage, they're not even acting as a deterrent. They're just like, okay, it's going to cost me $2,500 to pay the fine and dump it, or it's going to cost me $7,000 to do it right. I'm just going to pay the $2,500. And that's kind of the way that they go. And AI is being developed under the same mandate. Until we, as a society, because I think it was Congress that set that mandate. Not sure if it was Congress or if it was legal precedent or if it was a combination. Um, is that this is the corporate mandate. We have to change it to be not in. I think that this is really the where the social justice movement can do one thing positive in its whole thing, which is to change the corporate mandate from for profit to being a benevolent member of the community. Because as a benevolent member of the community, and that's how the regulations are set up, that's how it's expected to operate, that is the corporate mandate within the United States of America, well, then we could see AI become benevolent. But as long as we do not change that corporate mandate, AI is going to rule us. And so it's not necessarily AI that's the problem. The problem is we're using an old system, applying new technology, and it's screwing us. Facts don't care about your feelings. Yes, that's correct. I only care about facts. I don't give about feeling. uh, you're a Zionist, huh? Um. Okay. Agree. Humans. Um. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to. Yeah, no, the mugs are already ready. If you want a facts, not feelings, now I'm just waiting to receive mine because I want to see it. I think I may have made a design mistake. So when I was setting it up, like when you do the shirts, it's front and back, and I said, oh well, I only want it on the front. Well, I did that to the cup, so it only has it on one side. So on the cups, I've got to go and duplicate the facts, not feelings image and put it over on the other side. That way, it's on both sides. That way, when you're drinking the cup, you can remind yourself and you can tell your friend. So, Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings. That is so true. That is so true. Uh, Honestly, that's one of the only things I like about Ben Shapiro is how unemotionally he is. Now, most people look at it and go, wow, that dude's cold. But no, 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 no. I truly, truly appreciate personalities like that because you'll get so much more information and much better communication. So, side effects of being a master parachute rigger for 20 years. Um, Here's the thing. I I went to school to be. I started off in network security, got into network administration because my first job was in. Sorry guys, I'm a little cold. My first job was for a network consulting firm. So all of a sudden they're like, yeah, well, if you're going to continue working for us, you need to go get your MCSE, because we're a Microsoft certified partner, because I'm in the Silicon Valley where Microsoft rules. Outside of Silicon Valley, it's all Linux. Um, God, dude, I don't even want to get into that. But that's part of what burned me out is I learned one system and then I realized that the rest of the world worked on something completely different. But I got pushed in that direction. And so I did that for 5 years until I ended up in the hospital for 23 days due to the high stress of the environment. Because I mean, on a daily basis, my manager was threatening to fire me as a form of motivation. Not that she was going to fire me. She just wanted you to believe that she was going to fire you because she wanted to motivate you. And it wasn't just me. Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, it was me. No, she did this to everybody. When this woman would come into the office, people would literally have meltdowns, start shaking, all kinds of stuff because of how much of a ball busting bitch this was. Her name is Elaine Matthews, by the way. Um, but anyways, this woman was a holy terror, and yeah, that's really what put me there. So then I had not only do I have brain damage, but I've been chronically homeless, and the one skill I went off to learn that I thought would be applicable and actually keep me going through life, I now I refuse to do for various reasons. And then I started a business, and I thought, okay, I got a business, I'm doing good, and I fell on my face again. Um, you know, and I fell on my face again. Okay, so what? I fell on my face. What do you do? The only way you're going to survive in this world is learning to retool. If you're going to cling to the old ways and fail to evolve, you will be left behind. But as you see, each time I fall on my face, I reinvent myself and come back and rejoin society. I fall on my face, I reinvent myself because some stuff just with my PTSD and the adrenaline issue that I have, there's just some jobs I can't do, and I had to learn that the hard way. That's what the lesson was from being in the IT field. I cannot do a high stress job. The more stressful it is, the quicker I have a meltdown and I crack. For example, with all the stress that was going on, and then with the added stress from this guy with this animals, it brought me to a point where I was about to crack. Once I got to a point where I'm like, I can't do this with you anymore, dude. This is just too much. Now all of a sudden I feel at peace because my stress levels are going down and so on and so forth. And now I can um colorectal okay. But anyways, it's just this is I have at every turn reinvented myself, and I've learned my flaws, my shortcomings, and what it is that I'm good at, what it is that I'm not good at, and I continuously try and evolve and learn and retrain myself. Because here's the thing, if you don't focus on continuous education for the rest of your life. That means acquiring new skills, acquiring new knowledge, and then going out there and applying those skills and that knowledge and getting wisdom so that now you have a better and deeper understanding of what it is that you're doing. But if you're not continuously educating yourself in one form or fashion, you're going to be left behind, at least in this modern society. You could get away with it, 50, 100 years ago because everything moves slow, but you can't do that anymore. Things are moving, dude, in the matter of what, 6 weeks, we have had like 5 leader changes just in the whole AI race between the different companies. Like China took the lead and then China lost it, and then another company took it over, and then China took the lead back over again, and now you got another company that's going to take it from China. Because it's just in 6 weeks that much. I mean, we've gone from, oh, all we got is Chat GPT to, oh my God, we're getting to the point where we almost have fully automated AI agents that can work in a hierarchical system. It's like, holy shit. Like, how do we go from that to that? And because there is a lot of information. Like if you go on Upwork and you're just looking to freelance to make a few bucks, there's a lot of AI gig work out there, where they want to do like body movements, facial recognition, things like that. They're using it to compile data to be able to give reference for the computer. So I helped with some speech stuff. because I'm good at enunciating myself. At least I used to be, and so like I was doing some of that stuff a few years back, and helping AI out that way through the digital economy. They'll pay you, they'll pay you. It'll take you maybe an hour to an hour and a half to do it. They'll give you 20, 30, $40 to do it. Not bad. So I mean, if you're looking for a side hustle to make some money, do something cool, something like that, I mean, you can contribute. I've already got an email from a company that is willing to pay me to have access to my thousands of videos that I've created so that it can use it for AI and machine learning. I haven't responded to the email. I want to. I just haven't gotten around to it. But that is at this point in time, you can y- yeah, you can sell your data to help the machine learn, so that makes everybody else's life better. So in a lot of ways, doing this machine learning thing and helping the machine learn is your contribution to AI in one form or fashion. But yeah, you could go on Upwork, and Upwork is where you're going to find stuff like that. Upwork will even here's one that you'll like, Bushcraft. You got to have like 10 or $20 to start out, but if you want to do it, there's you'll go on Upwork, and you'll put yourself out there as a video editor and stuff like that. I had a decent portfolio at the time, and you'll have these companies start saying, "Hey, we want you to do review products for us. We want you to do a review for us." You can use AI to do it now, pop them out like real quick. But the thing is you go, you buy the product, you do the review. Once they approve the review, because it hit the key points that they want you to do, so it's kind of training you how to do sponsored videos. Um, then what they do is they reimburse you for the cost after you do two or three of them, and they know that you're going to put out better quality. Now all of a sudden you start making $10, $20 per, all the way up to the more that you do. And so you can do an affiliate marketing channel just off of this. Get the products for free, get paid to do the products, get paid more to do the products, and then eventually like grow a whole ecosystem there. But you can do that on Upwork too. But my goal for today simply is this. I don't really edit. I don't do thumbnails either. Well, you're in a niche where you don't need to have a thumbnail necessarily. You should be taking a frame. Now, if you're, I don't know if well, you're probably using your phone. You're not using Adobe. If you have the ability to, and I even do this sometimes, I'll just, as I'm editing, I'll just take a screenshot, and then I'll crop it down to just cover that area that I want, and then I just put a word overlay on it. Um, 16 hours of working availability today. Yeah. Okay, so call it 12 left. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of, this was supposed to be a quick live stream, but I don't. These live streams will never be quick. I'm just gonna have to concede. And the thing is I'm trying to tailor it to. I can't sit there and go, I want to do this, because nobody's gonna follow me. I have to kind of like, okay, I want to do this, but this is what you guys want to do, so let's just kind of move in your direction, because in a lot of ways I'm tied to the audience. So my logo, like the bat signal, they said it, and click into my lives, and yeah. Oh, I know. I love your colors. That's actually, those are my colors too. But I'm more of an emerald green type of guy though. I think you got more of a forest green. But anyways, okay. I told them to go pump sand. I accept quality gear offer. Yeah, well, here's the thing. You go to a job. Do you go to a job because you ethically agree for it, or do you go to a job because it pays you money? Okay. You're not doing it because you're not putting it on your channel. You don't have to. You can create a whole sub channel of just affiliate marketing. Use AI tools, free AI tools to optimize it. Put a few bucks in your pocket while you're lining their pocket. You're getting paid because it's a freelance job. You know, I don't agree with McDonald's, but I would go work there if I needed to. That the thing is again, you can't. I mean, being ideological works, and I was ideological up until about maybe a year and a half ago, and I realized Ideologue, being an ideologue, like sometimes it's appropriate, but most of the time it's counterproductive. It hurts you, and uh, it's just it's not the right move. Okay, I mean your ideology, your ethical standards are your ethical standards, but now you're trying to apply them and force them on everyone else. So I don't know. Talk about whatever you want. Talk at your channel. The other people will come and go. Yes, I know. Yes, thank you, Beth. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Chris. But the thing is, if I talked about what I wanted to talk about, that would mean I'd have another form of income. Right now, while I'm building other forms of income, I can't necessarily do that because at that point in time, this would turn into a hobby channel, and less about a channel that's going to make me money. So, I've told plenty of jobs to piss off over ethics, and yeah, I've done that with jobs too. But when sometimes you got to sometimes you got to sit there and look at the flaw in your ideology. Is it just you? Is it um okay? Um, let's see. What's something that? Oh yeah. Well, you guys hear me say it all the time. I don't want to. I'm not a. I don't. I've done the whole forceful sales. I mean, I could put it. Some of the things that I've done for sales, I could probably put. No, I wouldn't necessarily, put make a car salesman blush, but he'd definitely have some respect for me, because I would only go up to a certain point. But you get to that point where your ideology also becomes counterproductive. It will eventually lead to an early fatality if you don't have ration and reason behind it. Because although you may think that you're thinking ethically and logically, the core foundation of that ideology is emotionally based. There is an emotion that created that ideology. So, for example, um, I've seen what people do with money, and the things that people with money do absolutely disgust me, especially considering the things that I have seen. So although my ideology is like I'm not money motivated, I don't want to. The core root cause of all of that is because of an emotional response, because I was pissed off at the way people treated me, because they thought, oh, just because I have a dollar means that I'm better than you. And it's like, no, 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 it doesn't. Because, and so again, that is where ideology comes from. And if we're going to say feelings aren't facts, well, feelings aren't facts, including ideologies, because it's an emotional response that we justify trying to use logic and reason. And that's why I said I've even had to learn that I'm flawed in that way. If I'm going to let my emotions have that much of a stronghold over me, that it's going to prevent me the ability to survive. And there's still things that I struggle with, like I don't want to go work for somebody. That's an emotional response. It's because it makes me feel less than. It makes me feel like inferior. It makes me feel like I took 10 steps back, not 2 steps back, 10 steps back, because I worked so hard to become self-employed and build myself a side income that now it is an emotional response, and I still struggle with that. But I also have enough of an awareness of myself to see that not only do I struggle with that, but um I'm aware enough to say I'm not going to let that have a full dictation over me. I had to do that a couple of times, like with some of the gigs that I've done. I was completely against AI because I knew it was taking the jobs. I knew the negative things it was going to do, and again, would be a fear based emotion. That put it up there. But once I put that fear down and I realized that, just like a weapon, any weapon, it's not the weapon that's dangerous, it's the user that's dangerous. And so instead of blaming the weapon for something that it has zero control over because it's doing what it's designed to do, I need to understand that it all starts right here. Okay. So, with that word of wisdom, we all need experience, success, self-esteem. Okamo going. So, yeah, that is true, Beth. I'm saving up for my property in Arizona. The crypto market is not helping them. Dude, crypto's gonna fall apart. I would get the hell out of crypto as quick as possible. I get the hell out of the market for at least 2 years. Even Ray Dalio says, yeah, you when this comes, you should probably get out of the market for at least 2 years, let it settle, then put your money back in. That's why all these large companies have all these huge cash holdings. I do. Okay, yeah. All right. You too. Oh, what's up, DFH? You too. My people skills are horrible. Someone could come screaming to give me money until, um, oh, oh, okay. Well, Chris, it's something that you're going to have to learn. This is all about self-reflection. Part of either getting off the streets, getting out of poverty and stuff like that is realizing that there are certain actions, certain traits, certain things that are going on up here that are keeping you in this position. And it's about being self-aware and just working on it a little bit at a time. I believe that we have multiple lifetimes, so I'm not in a rush nor in a hurry to, get it right the first time, because it's about knowledge, learning, experience, evolution, wisdom. And so therefore, when I do things like, okay, yeah, I know I'm flawed. Okay, weed's bad. Okay, because of this and this. Okay, fine, great. I'll get it in the next one. This one, I'm not giving it up. Next one, okay, probably. Okay, but what is the lesson to be learned, and so on and so forth. The overall evolution. So, anyways, guys, I'll leave you with that word of wisdom. Thanks for being here, and I will see you tonight at 8 Eastern.